Your initial reaction to this terrible news?
It's shocking, really, because Moin was a very dear friend. And besides being a highly talented actor, Moin was a wonderful human being. I mean, will always remain with me. And it's very sad. I can't even say much right now, because I'm still very shocked. Moin was really a remarkable person, a good person, a good soul inside, So I think it's a big loss. It's a big loss for the performing arts in Pakistan. We've lost a wonderful, wonderful, highly talented young man. I always call him a young man. I never called him an old guy. Moin was never old. Moin always was young inside.
Right, and also, Mr. Pirzada, he was a living institution for any newcomers into this industry. He represented the standards, the golden era of the entertainment industry, and now in his wake, a great gap has been left behind, which cannot be filled.
I personally feel it cannot be filled. But Moin Akhtar will live with all of us, and his memories will be there, and of course, all his work is there. So Moin Akhtar is going to live with us.
And also, Mr. Pirzada, unfortunately, the nation has been going through a very difficult time as of late, incidents of violence, terrorism, and the nation is generally in a state of despondency. Now, Moin Akhtar was an icon for many in making even the most adverse circumstances bearable for us, making us smile, making us laugh along with him. And now we've seen his demise, and unfortunately this is a month in which we've seen two other comedians pass away. This will have an impact on the national psyche, would you say?
This is very sad, and really, really sad. The people who make people happy and make them laugh and make them feel beautiful, when they go away from this world, you really feel very, very sad, at times you don't imagine them going away. Everyone has to go from this world, but you can't imagine these wonderful living people who make you really laugh and make you really feel very good. You think they're going to be there always, and it's very sad.
Also, Mr. Pirzada was speaking to Talat Hussain earlier as well, and he mentioned different aspects of Moin Akhtar's personality. He said Mr. Moin Akhtar was a very private person, kept certain aspects away from the public eye, but we would like to remember him as an artist, as somebody who's given us so much, and as a person as well. Could you tell us how he was as a friend, as somebody you knew?
You see, I always found him a very happy person. Probably I have a very special relation with him. We would laugh and we will sort of exchange. At times, if we were in a big gathering and something is happening, he will look at me and I will look at him, and without saying, we will understand what we are commenting at. And he was so much loaded with life. He had a little child in him, this beautiful little child in him, and he had this child. I mean, this child was there all the time, most of the time when I was around with him. And that's what my experience with Moin is.
I think it was the child in him that kept us smiling to the face of all things difficult. Also, Mr. Pirzada, tell us a little bit more about your last interaction with him. Do you remember when you last spoke to him?
It was about, I think, a few months back. I met him, that's it. And that's what we regretted. Moin was not coming to Lahore too much. I was not going to Karachi too much. So that was like that, yeah.
And he was also unwell. We believe he was suffering from the heart ailment for quite some time now, and he was continued to work despite that.
No, he never stopped working. He was a workaholic. He never stopped working, and he had a heart problem for many years, and it affected a bit, after his first encounter with the heart problem. When I met him, I could feel that he was a little slow, but slowly and gradually he started to learn how to live with it. And that little child was there, and Moin was a happy person.
Mr. Pirzada, what would be the best way for the nation to keep his memory alive, to remember the spirit of who he was?
Kheraji, he was a performer, and most of his performances are there, and he will always live with us. I mean, he will live with me as a friend. And as far as the people are concerned, who were his fans and people who loved him on screen, I mean, I think they will keep on watching him on screen. Actors of his caliber don't die. You know, he will live.
Yes, he has been immortalized through his work. That's right, Mr. Pirzada.